I want to welcome everybody to tonight's call. Thank you guys so much for getting on. We jumped together again because we figured why not? We're going to have somebody speak. We might as well just pull some teams together rather than have this person do it 3 times. So Amy Fabriziani is going to speak to us tonight, and I just can't even say enough about this woman. Her story, I listened to 7 minutes of it. She spoke for an hour on Nikki's call. I listened to 7 minutes of it and was a sapping, bawling mess. But I met her through becoming a diamond and being in a group with her, and she is just somebody that I would have never even met if it wasn't for Beachbody, and somebody that my life probably wouldn't be complete without now. And I've only met her in person a couple times, but she's just an amazing person. She's an amazing coach, and she has a lot to offer. So tonight I wanted her to talk to you guys a little bit about having that confidence in your business and, becoming that leader that we all want to be and that I know that you all are, but sometimes lacking that little bit of confidence holds you back from that leadership role. So I'm not going to take up any more time. I'm just going to let Amy have at it. So here she is.
Hey guys. So I bought myself a timer at the dollar store because if not, I word vomit everywhere. And you guys will be on this call till midnight. I promise I won't keep you long.
They are used to that though, so don't worry. Okay. I go off on tangents all the time. So
okay, good. That's why we're so perfect together. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for having me. Like Jen said, Amy Fabriziani, and I started coaching. My date is September 26th of 2014, and I have a really big, I guess you would say big. I guess 90 pounds is big. Fitness success story thing that I've lost it, and I don't ever want to find it again. But it's so much more than that. I am currently diamond rank and hoping for 2-star by the end of the year. But you guys know how that goes. I mean, it's not up to us. It's kind of up to our team. So it's kind of what we're gonna talk about a little bit tonight. So like Jen said, I wanted to talk to you guys about confidence, leadership, and even it'll hit a little bit on team management kind of stuff. But just, I think that's all about me. If you have questions about me, you can just ask me or message me or call me or text me, whatever you want. Okay. So, confidence. This is huge. This is something big, and I know maybe a lot of you shared this with me when even from the beginning when I was little. You would have thought I was really confident, but inside I was not confident at all. Always had that smile on my face, was, yeah, I'll do it, I can do it, and inside I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I even open my mouth and say that I feeling that you guys kind of need to have, because I definitely looked up the definition, not the AFAB definition, the real definition, and it just talks about trust or belief or feeling that you have in yourself. So one of my favorite books is You Are a Badass. How many of you have read this? Just raise your hand. This is, if you haven't read it, this is a pretty good confidence, kick in your butt kind of book. And I just kind of wanted to start off the call tonight about a quote that she says in there. And it says, if you want to live the life that you have never lived, you have to do the things that you have never done. And when I read that the first time, I was like, there's something to that, I think. So the first thing I want you to do, and I really would love for you guys, this is going to be an interactive call. So just if you have something to say, unmute yourself and speak. I'm sure that's what Jen has y'all do usually, or Kristen, whatever you guys do usually. But just, do y'all have a piece of paper and a pencil I know you all do because you're all such wonderful coaches. I know you do. Okay. Oh, Katie's got her little tablet technology thing. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about confidence, okay, and how it relates to you. I don't want you to think about it as in terms of being a coach, a challenger, you know, any of that. Or Beachbody related at all. I want you to just think of it as, you know, like Jen, like Steph, like Jesse, like Katie, Hope. I just want you to think to yourself things that you definitely feel you're confident in. And then on the other side, you can make like a positive, negative kind of T-chart thing. Sorry, I was a teacher, but we also called them plus deltas. If you don't want to put the negative in case, you know, that might hurt somebody's feelings. But I just want you to put things that you feel like you're, as a person, that you're pretty confident in within yourself. You know, like it could be like if you're a mom, like you're pretty confident. If you're not so confident at being a mom, sometimes that could go on the other side. Just take like a quick like 30 seconds and just vomit on the page for me, and I'll be quiet. So go ahead. All right, y'all. Sorry, I had to put my glasses on. I turned 34 last week and now I can't see, so I had to get some fun new glasses. And he told me when I was on the computer I had to wear them. So I'm gonna listen because I don't want to like end up getting like trifocals. So unmute yourself for me and just shoot out, like we won't, everybody doesn't have to go, but just a few of us. Just tell me like some things that you feel really confident in. And if you don't mind sharing some things that sometimes you feel completely not confident in, or like some, like maybe like sometimes I feel that way or sometimes I don't. So just go ahead and unmute yourself and share if you don't mind.
If you don't, we're going to call on you.
You know what? And I was going to say,
I don't have any problem speaking.
I was going to say, I was a teacher and you can't hide in the back of the class on a Zoom call.
All right, I'm unmuted. This is Hope.
Hi, Hope, go for it, girl.
I will. So on my positive side, I'm pretty positive being a mom and a grandmom, and I'm pretty positive being a Zumba instructor. I'm pretty positive at like being like I can pray for people and I can pray out loud. I'm pretty positive at that. But I'm pretty negative, and you'll never believe this, at like public speaking. Like I can go and pray in front of a group of people, but I don't like to get up and talk in front of a bunch of people. I don't like to walk into a room full of people. Like I'm not positive, I'm not like confident, and I don't like that. Like it just makes me feel like all jittery inside. Even sometimes speaking in a room of people like this makes me a little bit jittery inside. So that's where it's like those are a few of mine right now.
Thank you for sharing. Those were, I don't want to say they were great, but like they are great because thank you for sharing that and being honest and just putting that out there. And I hope you're getting certified in size if you're a Zumba instructor.
Everybody keeps telling me that.
Do you see Size Live back there? Yeah, you need to do it, girl. It's not that hard, trust me. Okay. All right, anybody else?
I'll go.
Katie, where's Ellington?
I'll get him. He's number one. I think I'm pretty good at being his mom. I feel confident as a tennis coach, but on the flip side of that, I feel very threatened is the wrong word. But if I'm talking with other tennis professionals, I feel like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, even though I've been doing it for so long. My personal motivation and self-respect and confidence is I'm not very good at, but I can help others find those things. So that's mine.
Okay. Yep. And I'm sure a lot of us can identify. I mean, even though I'm not a tennis instructor, sometimes I totally can feel like less than. Do you know what I mean? In certain things. Sometimes like I'm like, yeah. Hi, buddy. Hi, sweet boy. Sorry, guys. I love dogs. Love dogs. So I love that. But okay, thanks, girl, for sharing. Anybody else?
I'll go. I put for things that I'm confident in is that I'm a good cook, I'm a good listener, I'm creative, and I'm organized. And then the things not so much, sometimes I doubt myself with reaching my goals, like my personal goals and my goals with my business. And then also one thing I struggle with is like the kind of mom I am. I'm raising boys and their dad's gone a lot, so I got to be really like tough on them. And I see other people and they parent different. So I question if what I'm doing is right or if what I'm doing is wrong. So that's
Totally get that. Totally get that. Yep. Okay. Thank you, girl. That was great. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? We can move on if nobody else. Jen, do you want to share? I think you should share. I want you to share.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. So obviously things that I'm positive about, like Katie said, I feel like I am very good at not just taking care of Rocco, obviously, but I feel like I'm good at taking care of everyone. And I feel like sometimes I do that a lot first before I take care of myself, which probably isn't the best thing. And I feel like I'm very good at positive about motivating people and keeping people inspired. And that just goes along. Helping others just has been something I've done my whole life. I'm just like my mom. My mom is the same exact way. So negative things and things that I'm not so positive about, and this is probably going to shock a lot of people. I don't consider myself an introvert, but I do not like going in front of a ton of people. When I do calls like this, even when it's just 5 of my coaches on my team, I get very like anxious and worked up. And when Nikki asked me to speak in front of 350 people, I about died. So, I mean, Facebook to me is so easy, but when it comes to like speaking in front of a lot of people or walking it, like my wedding was just like, you really want me to do this? Like it was tough. It's not me. I like this, like stay behind the scenes, but, and I'm a little bit too hard on myself sometimes. I'm sure we all are, but I could use to fix that a little bit because I tend to be a little bit too hard on myself and I put too much pressure on myself, I feel like.
Yep. Understand that. I think a lot of us probably have a lot of those same things. And you know why I had you do this is because I wanted you to do this, and maybe some of the things you wrote down surprised you. Maybe as you're going along tonight, you might be like, oh, I think I want to put that on that list in a certain area. This is something great to do with your challengers. This is something great to do with your new coaches. This is something great to do on a team call. Like, just something like this. This is also something great to do once a month, because I guarantee you things are going to change, because I have some suggestions for you. I have started doing this, and I remember first hearing people talk about like the affirmations and stuff, and I'm like, what in the world? Like, I'm not going to like write Post-its and put them here and tell myself, you're a strong person, Amy. You're a strong person, Amy. You're a strong person, Amy, every day, and like do the mantra thing and everything. But I have a secret. It works. It works when you do that. And the thing that I wanted to kind of give you tonight is pick one of those things that you feel that you're maybe not so like, if like you're a little iffy, and like Hope said that like she like doesn't feel like she's a good public speaker, right? Hope, is that what you said? You told me that. Okay. Even though she gets up and can instruct probably like 30-40 people, she doesn't feel like she can do that. I want her, like one of her things would be even on a Post-it, or you guys, I have the most amazing thing. You have to go to like Target or Walmart and buy these, like they're called Crystal Effects window markers, and they're by Crayola. You see them? They're by Crayola. And it's what like people will write on like the car windows, or you can put them on your mirrors, and you just like kind of gotta make sure they're a little bit like warm, and at the end of the day, like it looks like Bloody Mary has been into your shower, like your mirror if you get a shower at night, because it like goes like that. But it's great because put it somewhere like on glass somewhere where you're going to see it. And the trick is to like shake it up, get it kind of hot and shake it up and write it, and then take your hairdryer and like, it's like a science experiment, and put it up there. So for like a month straight, even if you make a list and do something every month, pick a new one every month, you're going to see things kind of start to change. And I mean, you can even, if you don't want to go get the markers, but they're totally fun, Post-its, like put them up around your house, and you know, you're going to see that, and it's the same one for the whole month. Put it up, and at first you're going to be like, and then it's finally going to start like sinking in, and you're going to start saying it over and over to yourself, and you're actually going to start believing it, and you're actually going to start feeling it with your heart. And you might actually, like, Hope, sure, I'll tell somebody about this, or yeah, I'll be the greeter and talk in front of people like when they're coming into church or something. So also what you could do is talk with, if you have your success partner, talk with them about it. Talk to someone about it. Talk to, you know, one of your peer coaches or something. Okay.
Yasmin,
Wow.
real quick, I don't want to interrupt you, only because you said that. Can you touch on really quickly the importance of success partners and how?
Oh, absolutely. I have a success partner. I actually kind of have two, but four. Okay. Oh my gosh. So Allison Stow, she's my coach. And I guess I should tell you, like, I'm from Team Royals and Team Harmony, and like, we're all connected. We're all like cousins here, by the way. But she was really my accountability partner at first. She's my coach. And then I kind of got paired up with Christina Pierce, if you know who that is. She's amazing. And we have our success partner calls once a week, and we talk about the things that we're going on over for our business. It's so important for like your accountability, because when you tell someone else those goals and you not only write it down, but they write it down, I mean, she comes back to me and she's like, well, remember you said you wanted to have Success Club 5 by the 10th. Where are you at right now? And I'm like, well, I'm at 7. So how about that? But like something that you need to have that accountability. You need to have somebody that you can go to and that you can talk to and about anything. Okay. Really anything. First and foremost, we definitely talk business, but I mean, when we were in Summit, was Summit the first time I met her? It was before, because I was up in Pittsburgh. I met her. Didn't even know her at all when we went, for the painting. I no clue who she was. Best friend. Like, and you guys know that that's how it happens, right? Like, half of us have never even like met each other, and if we came across each other, like, we'd be like, hey, what's up? And it's like you never miss a beat. Having a success partner keeps you, I don't want to say honest, but it does. It keeps you honest. It keeps you accountable. It keeps you motivated, because it's not just your coach. It's someone that's like on that same level with you, and your guys are both working on goals. They might be different goals, but you're working on them together, and you have someone to go to say, hey, this is what I'm doing and it's not working. What can I do? And they can come to you and do that kind of thing. And it's also somebody you celebrate with them. You celebrate with them. They celebrate with you. They celebrate for you. It's important to have them. If you have one, good. I just told somebody else I'd be their success partner. And because what it is, and if you can find someone outside of like our little area, like I have one that's in Denver and she is not connected to us at all, you get all these new fun ideas and different things that you can bring to yourself, to your downline, and to your upline too. So it's pretty amazing. So if you do, who does not have a success partner? Raise your hand. Okay. We got to get you guys success partners. Okay, we do. We'll get you some. Jen, write that down on your list of things to do. Kristen too, write that down. Okay, so, okay. The last thing I think I'm gonna have you write down, because we're gonna kind of move from being confident into being a leader and being a team leader and how to kind of manage your team. This confidence, if you're not confident in yourself as a person, guess what? It's going to spill over to into your business. It's going to spill over into your team. It's going to, people, it's like x-rays. Like they can see that. They can see that. If you're not confident when you're talking about 21-day fix, like, you know, yeah, the workouts, I think there's like an upper, I think it's 30 minutes. They're going to be like, I don't know about that. But if you're like, hey, it's 30 minutes, 7 days a week. On Sundays, you get yoga. It's active recovery day. It's pretty awesome. You're working all these different things. You might not know every single thing. Like PIO, Jen, I still really haven't done PIO. But if someone asks you a question about it, you just say, hey, you know what? Let me check on that for you. Or I'm not really sure. Being honest, be honest. They love when you're honest. People love honesty. Who knew that, right? Honesty is always the best policy. You learned that in school, right? So go find out things, because then you find that out, you're going to learn that, and that's going to become, you're becoming more confident and speaking and talking to people. And it just makes you a better coach. It makes you a better leader. Okay, so I think I kind of went off on that, but here is what I want you to do. Just take a few seconds, and I want you to write down the characteristics of a leader. All right, so when you think of a leader, and you could even think of someone, you know, in your mind that you think of as a leader, write down some characteristics that they have. And I'll give you like 30 seconds and go. Okie dokie. All right, let's have 5 of you give me like your top 2 that you wrote down, your first 2 that you wrote down. So we'll just unmute yourself and just give them to me. Throw them at me. I'm going to write them down.
A leader has vision.
Okay.
And they have a plan.
I like that, Hope. Okay, who's next?
I'll go. I have confident and happy.
Confident and happy. Okay. Perfect.
The leader is encouraging and strong-willed.
Very good. Okay. All right, 2 more people. Go, go, go. Jamie, are you talking? Because you're muted, baby girl. There you go.
Yay, I'm sorry.
moving, but I didn't hear anything.
It's okay.
Sorry.
No, I would say,
Look, my husband's trying to get some FaceTime over here. Get out of here. No, I wasn't trying to answer.
Please go. Okay, am I good to talk now?
Go for it.
Okay. I would just say inspirational and passionate in what they're doing.
Great.
That would be my 2.
Perfect. Anybody else?
I'm driven and motivated.
Driven, motivated. Anybody else want to go?
Confident and fearless.
Ooh, You guys are good.
I was like jealous of everybody else's answers that I didn't think of those.
But I like confident and fearless. I love the fearless one. That's pretty good. Thanks. Okay, you guys came up with pretty amazing characteristics. Now, I'm going to refer to my friend Dave. Dave Ramsey. How many of you have read EntreLeadership? Okay, if you have not, or you haven't listened to it, do it. It's really good. And I even think on YouTube,
What did you say the name?
it's EntreLeadership.
I can put it in the team page because I have it.
Okay, I might even be able to get the audio for you for free, Jen, and send it to you.
Cool. Yeah, I have it on audio, but it's on my Audible, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how Kelly did that, but it's on our one team page. And I'll skip to. Anyway, so shh, don't tell. I'm all about the share. Okay, so you guys came up with amazing ones. The one thing, I'll just kind of tell you what he kind of lists, like his ones: integrity, passionate, servant, humble, visionary, influential, disciplined, and charismatic. So I want you guys to think now, okay, we're in our business mind and you are leaders, okay? Can you do me a favor and just raise your hand and let me know how many of you have a team that you're hosting team calls for? Okay, good. How many of you can raise your hand for this too, have any personally sponsored coaches that are business building coaches? Okay, now here's the thingy. I saw more hands that have personally sponsored coaches that are business builders than people that are running team calls. So my question for you is, why are you not doing team calls? And let me just tell you this. When I first started doing my team calls, one person, well, the first call, no one even got on the call. And then I called Allison and I cried. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And I was really mad and upset, but I didn't let them know. But I was kind of ticked off. I really only had one business builder, but whatever. So you having a set time for your team to come to you, I don't even care if it's one person. That's your team. You have a team. You have to lead that person, because what's the difference between having one person on the call and 5 people on the call? Does that one person not matter? Yes, they do. They absolutely do. So even if you do it once a month to start out, go for it. If you do it twice a month, that's okay. You don't have to do them every week when you're starting out, because I know a lot of, like, my team gets on my calls and we do ours every other week. And then we have our Team Royals calls that are every other week. So it alternates. But then we also have on Monday, every night we have our Team Harmony calls. So, I mean, that could be like 3 calls, plus, you have all these other like diamond trainings and all these other things that are going on too. So you don't want to overwhelm them. But I mean, even just a 15-minute team call to go over promos, any shout outs, to talk about like plan of action, or just, how's your challenge group doing? Do you need anything like that? If you want to be a leader, guess what, guys? You got to act like a leader. You have to do it. Just like they say, if you want to be a diamond, act like a diamond, right? Okay. Just, you got to kind of do it. And then it just gets you even more prepared. And there's the word, confident. So as you're building your team, you're going to be able to it's just going to be a breeze for you guys. And setting that example for that one coach that's on the call, or for the 3 people that are on your call, because when they're starting out, they're going to have a small team too, more than likely. more likely than not. They might only have 1 or 2 business builders too. So don't wait, guys. Don't wait. You have amazing things or else these people to give, or else these people wouldn't have signed up with you, and it's their dream goals to build this business. So do it with them. Show them what you know. I know you guys have, with Kristen and Jen, you guys have great tools that they give you. So start sharing them. So I will have you do something later with those characteristics, but I am just going to kind of go through some things that I think really strong leaders have, and it makes your team the best team that it can be. Okay, so I want you to think of this too. As a leader, I am the problem. As a leader, I am the solution. So if there's a problem going on with your team, fix it, right? Figure out what's going on. Be the solution too. So here we go. One more thing I want to tell you. I'm all about like quotes and fun things that I see in it, because it's always like, oh my gosh, that's so right. So think about, I'm sure almost everybody has worked retail or in like the restaurant business or something. Okay, so in that kind of atmosphere, you have a boss, right? You have someone that's like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, and blah, 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 blah. That's a boss. A boss pushes you. Leaders, which we are all leaders because you're on this call, they pull you. They pull things out of you. They get you to do things that you might not have normally thought to do or maybe want to do because you're a little bit uncomfortable. We'll talk about that next. But this is your business, guys. You have to run it how you want to run it. I always think about, like, I don't know, ice cream just popped into my head. And I think about this ice cream shop, and if they're never open and the manager's never there or the owner's never there, and they just have like the 14-year-old kid dipping out your chocolate ice cream and it looks like crap and this and that, is that business gonna succeed? Leaders are right there in the trenches with everybody else. They're mopping the floors. They're doing all the other things, right? That's what leaders do. They're right there with everybody. So first thing, believe in yourself. You guys, if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to? Have that confidence. The second thing that I think makes really good leaders is when you're doing your professional development, which, can be, you can listen to it, you can read it, those national wake-up calls. If you have a job where you can't be on those national wake-up calls, they record them so we can listen to them. YouTube trainings, like sometimes I'll be like, I kind of need to bone up a little bit on this, and I'll search it, and I'll come up and I'll watch a quick little video, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that, and write it down. That's being a good leader, going and finding things, but then you know what you guys got to do? You got to put it into action, and you need to share it. You need to share it with your team. You need to share it with your downline. You can share it with your coach. You can share it with, this team. Share. Okay, so the next thing is listen. You have to be receptive. Ears open at all times. Let it kind of float in. And I know sometimes, like I remember one call not too long ago, a national wake-up call, that I was like, I don't really know if I agree with that. And I sat and I thought about it for a little bit, and then I talked to like some of my teammates, and I talked to my success partner, and I'm like, what did you think about it? And it's wonderful because they gave a different perspective, and I mean, I still didn't agree with it, but that's not how I'm going to run my business. And guess what? That's okay, because this is my business, and I get to run it how I see fit and how I feel in my heart what's best for my team, because it has my name on it. So that's, I always say, like, be receptive of things. Don't be so quick to like implement or judge or just like be like, I don't want to do that. Process it a little bit. If you have to like talk it out with somebody, do it. Oh my gosh. Number 4, this is like the biggest one, consistency. Okay. Okay. So you're going to get an AFAB exclusive right here. This came to me one night at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I was just laying there thinking, but do me a favor and just like shout out to me. In this business, what are some things that you know you have to be consistent with?
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Inviting.
Yes.
The 3 vital behaviors.
Yep, your 3 vital behaviors, your workouts. Yep.
Shaco.
Yep, drinking your shake, getting your product of the product, right? Mm-hmm.
Personal development.
Yep, PD.
I think the biggest thing of all of it is getting uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. I mean, it's not fun what we do some days, but it is what it is.
Can you not take my spotlight, Jen? You asked me to be on the call, okay? Thanks. I'm just kidding. Yes, getting uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, putting yourself in situations that you normally wouldn't be. You'd be like, I'm not doing that. But then when you do it, you feel like you're like as big as Sagi. Like you're like, I'm the beast. I did it. Ha ha ha. Now I can do it again. So yes. Also wanted to tell you, consistent with your challenge groups, be consistent with your coach basics, be consistent with, like if you're doing a shake wet group, Katie, what? I'm doing that shake wet group, posting free groups, be consistent with being on your calls. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you as a leader are not on your calls, your personally sponsored coaches are probably not going to be on those either, because they're going to say, well, my coach doesn't seem like she really values it, and it doesn't seem to be like that important, so why should I be on? Because the speed of the leader, the speed of the pack, they're going to follow you guys. So, you know, your training, summit, Super Saturdays, be there. Do what you need to do to make yourself the best leader that you can. So here's the AFAB exclusive. Okay. So when you're thinking about your consistency, I want you to just think about, are you committed to being consistent? Just give me like a head shake or a no shake, a yesy or a no. Okay. So you can say, hey, Amy, I'm committed to being consistent. I'm saying that I am going to post, I'm going to do my 3 invites, I'm going to do adding my 3 new friends, I'm going to form my people today. Yes, I'm committed to it, but here's the thing. Now, here's the action. Are you consistently committed? That's the action. Are you actually doing it? You can say all you want that, yeah, I'm committed to it. I'm committed to being consistent. I'm committed to doing my power 3s. If you do your power 3s, I know lots of people do different kind of things. There's different things out there. But when you can actually say that you've done them and you do them every single day, or however your schedule is laid out, that is when you are consistently committed, okay? And I don't mean like you're being committed into the insane asylum. Some of us feel like we are sometimes with the people that we deal with, right? But having that consistency and being committed, that is, you're making that commitment to yourself. You're making that commitment to your team. You're making that commitment to your upline. You're making that commitment to your downline. That's what's going to make you a great leader. Okay, and moving on, going above and beyond. We all know about customer service with Beachbody, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all do. Okay, so our people should really never know about that unless they have to deal with that. They don't need to know about that. We need to be the face, right? We need to be that face. We need to be their coach. We need to be their leader. We need to be their person that they come to. Going above and beyond, it doesn't mean letting people take advantage of you, but it means taking care of your people. I hear, and I never would have thought this, and it makes me really sad that I hear from a lot of people that are like, can I join your team? Or I have a coach, but she never reaches out to me and she just kind of left me and that kind of thing. And it really, I'm going to try not to swear, but like it effing pisses me off because you have someone invested in you, right? And they're trusting you. This person could have been like in the middle of an eating disorder. This person could have been suicidal. This person could have been the next day going to have weight loss surgery. And you wanted to help them, and now you're going to like crap out on them like a crappy old car? No, siree. Those are not good leaders. That is not good leaders. And that's where you separate. You know how they always say the boys from the men? Well, okay, well, actually, we're all women on here. So the girls from the women, that's where they separate it. And Jen said this, when you go in above and beyond, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations will make you stronger as a leader. If somebody asks you to run a free challenge group, your first thought might be, I don't want to do that because I've never done one, or no, I don't want to. You say yes. You do it. Unless it's like you literally cannot do it because like you're going to Hawaii or something and you won't have service in the woods. I don't know. You know what I mean? Do it. Do it. Go for it because it's going to make you stronger. It's going to give you that experience, okay? Do it. It's going to make you a better leader. Be open-minded to like new systems, like new ideas. If your coach comes to you or your upline or you know, your success partner says something, be open to it and be like, okay, how can I work that into my business? Try it, right? New posting ideas or new ways to run a challenge group. Try it. Don't be afraid to fail because really, there's really no failure. As long as you're trying, there's no failure, okay? So don't be afraid to kind of step out of the box sometimes, out of what you're used to, because it's just gonna make you even stronger and a better leader. How many times, anybody keeping track? We should have played a drinking game. How many times Amy says leader tonight, or leadership, or lead, something. Okay, so I'll go organization. Okay, that's my next one. I could do a whole 1,000,000-hour call on organization. I love all things office. I love whiteboards. I'm looking around my little office area right now. Calendars, I have like 50. You know, being organized is not about just like having your pens in one place or like having your OCD stuff all set up. Set your business hours, guys. When you set that, it shows your team that they can reach you at this time. And maybe like if you have families and stuff, from the hours like I am kind of not really available unless like someone really, really needs me. I try not to be on my phone and stuff like when the kids get home from school and then till about like 6:30. I mean, it's only 4 hours, but I mean, still, before I was like, I felt like a doctor on call 24/7. And every time that phone would buzz or ring or ding, or I was like, ooh, what's that? And I was missing out. Oh, I was missing out. And someone said something at a training that I was at. Are any of you moms and you doggy mommies too count? Okay. Someone had said, think about you being at a soccer game and your kids running back and forth on the soccer field and they look over and there you are like this. And that's what they see. And you know what? I made a point that I'll leave it in the car because I think the way we are right now, like the world is and stuff, we're addicted to this. We are addicted to that Facebook, the technology, and I made it a point to be more mindful about that because I don't want my kids to say, well, my mom's always on the phone at dinner. It goes like we have this basket. It goes in the basket. All the electronics, the iPad, the computers upstairs, if the laptops, like it's away, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. So be organized with that. Because I know my coach was kind of on call for me all the time. So I was on call for my team. And then her person at corporate was like, you need to set business hours. And Nikki Minton had told Allison and I that too. And we were like, business hours? Who does business hours? We work all the time. And I'm telling you, I get more stuff done now that I have scheduled out things and I know what I'm supposed to be doing, when I'm supposed to be doing, instead of like, from 8 to 12, I'm just, well, I have this to do and that to do and blah, 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 blah. But Jen, if you ever want me to come back for an organization call, I'll do that. But anyway, modeling behavior, we kind of talked about that, and doing your vital behaviors and everything. When people see you do that, when your team sees you doing that, when your team sees you hitting Success Club, when your team sees you on the calls, when your team sees you at Super Saturdays, when your team sees you doing all the things, guess what? They're going to do it too. Because if you're doing that and setting that standard for them, that's the norm, right? It's just like with kids. If you allow them, like when when the in-laws are here to not swear, you let them swear any other time, but then when the in-laws are here, grandparents, they're not allowed to swear. It's like mixed signals, right? So you need to be, there is the consistency again. Throw that consistency in there. Inspire, okay? And have passion. You're here for a reason. If you really love this and you really want this, you're gonna grow. I can't tell you, like, I share my story. I'm not scared to share my story. Some parts of it, it kind of makes me uncomfortable, but I do it anyway. Because my story is one that I think sometimes intimidates people because they feel like they don't have that kind of story. But I've talked about that too. Like, everybody has their story. You just got to kind of find it. You got to maybe sometimes dig for it. But don't be afraid of sharing that. Put it out there, because when you're sharing, guess who else is sharing? Your team. It's all like modeling, and I'll tell you about the 4 M's. I want you to write down the word delegate. And then I want you to cross it out. I don't want you to be a leader that delegates. I want you to be a leader that empowers. So your team, when you need something from them, you need them to run a coaching at a glance group or a coach basics group or a challenge group, empower them to do it. Don't say, you're going to do this month, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Okay? Empower them to do it. Build them up that they can do it. Because how are they going to learn if they don't have those opportunities, right? Because I'm the type of person that I like to do all the things myself, because sometimes, and this is what I used to think, if I don't do it, they're not going to get done right. So if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. But that's not the case. That's not how real leaders operate. You got to let everybody in on it. Okay. Connecting with others in and outside of your market. So yes, we talk to coaches, we talk to all the people, but going and, like, we're trying to get a nutritionist, a friend that went to school for nutrition, to be on our call to teach us more about nutrition. So kind of think outside of the box. If you're having trouble with Facebook or Instagram, find someone that's really good and ask them to be on one of your calls. Find a social media person thing that's really good at it. Or, like, I remember when I first started, the tax man was on, I think it was Melanie's call.
Nikki.
She had Nikki. Yeah, she had the tax man come on to tell us about doing taxes. I mean, that's not something we would really, like, do normally, but that was so important for our business, right? Okay, so following up, holding others accountable, communication. I wanted to tell you guys this. negative things, I want you to hand them up. I want you to hand them up to your uplines. Go to your 5-star upline. Go to whatever, however you got to do. Your positives, hand them down. Do not put the negative on your coaches, on your challengers. If it's something that happens, it's like kind of like a bar. Don't let it go down. Keep it up here. Positives, they kind of say like positives down and celebrate them, but you can also celebrate them up too, right? Okay. Motivate, adapt, and be flexible. Problem solving. Hi, little one. Hi.
I'm saying hi too.
Hi.
You're
Okay. I talked about like being passionate, sharing your dreams. Let people know, let your team know your dreams. Let them know your goals. Hi. Let them know, because they need to be a part of your vision. They need to know what your vision is for the team, because they're going to work harder. They want to put that in there. You know, I think every single one of us, I remember like a lot of the times it wasn't about hitting Success Club for myself. It was because I wanted to do it for my coach, because all the time she invested in me, that's the least I could do for her, right? So doing things for yourself, but also like sharing why you're doing it with your team makes you a good leader. Recognition, please do be recognizing people. Please recognize the successes. Someone that just sold their first challenge back, someone that just signed a new challenger, someone that had a challenger that lost pounds, or did push-ups for the first time, or didn't modify through the workout the first time. So your team, yes, recognize them, but also do your challengers too, because guess where the best challenge or coaches come from? Your challengers. To make sure you're being a great leader in those challenge groups too that you're running. Okay, the 4 M's. Are you ready for these? Number 1 is model. 2 is motivate. 3 is mentor. And 4 is multiply. When you are modeling, when you are motivating, when you then are mentoring, guess what's going to happen? You start to multiply and grow. Okay, so that's kind of all I have. I'm going to not speak very much anymore, because that I don't want to go over. But when you guys did your characteristics of a leader, and I don't know, maybe you wrote down the other ones that I said about and everybody else said, go through that and give yourself a positive for things that you think you're really strong with. And then give yourself maybe like a minus side or a like face if there are things that you think you might struggle with or need some help with. And maybe share that. Pick someone on the call, or go to your coach or your success partner, because you're all going to have success partners, and talk about that and see what they do or what you can do to kind of have strengths in every single one of those things, those characteristics that leaders have. And the last thing I wanted to do for your call to action, and I'm not going to know if you do this, your uplines will know if you do this. If you do not have team calls that you lead, have one. Have a team call. Or if you're not ready for that, because I know Jen said that she has some people that she's going to be talking to about like how to do team calls and everything, because I know it's scary. Oh, and by the way, if you need to have a team call, have your coach come on and ask to be on it with you. I know Jen would. I know Kristen would. I know you guys would all do it. Ask them to be with you, or ask them if you can present something for them. Don't let them ask you. Empower yourself to do it. Put yourself out there. Get uncomfortable. Okay? So, any questions? Anything else? I think I vomited all over you all. Every single one now.
Can I add to your little the characteristic thing?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to anyways.
Okay, go for it.
So obviously Amy said to pick something that you feel, or a few that you feel that you're positive with. For my team and Kristen's team too, if you guys want to do this, great, because you guys are practically like mine and Kristen's team are like one big team. Pick that word, whatever your word was, and do a Facebook post about it and tag us in the comments or in the post. Like if you have a post that, if your word was motivated, you are a motivated person, then put that motivation upon others. Put that out there in a post. If you are, confident, or, you're inspiring someone, or you have a vision or a plan, share your goals with your followers. Just something like, put that out there, because whatever you are, those are the people that you're going to attract. So you want to put that stuff out there. I know we always say to follow people above us, or, find that person that you click with that's a top coach or just a regular coach, but don't, just because they're a fearless person in their post does not mean that you're going to be that same person in your post. So, and there was just a few things that Amy talked about that I just want to touch on with you guys real quick, about team calls. Anybody on my team knows that when I first started coaching, I did hold team calls once a month, because I was religiously getting on Nikki's team calls at that time, because she was my upline who was having them. So I got on hers weekly and I did mine once a month. I think now that my team is bigger, for me, there is so many people and there's so much information that, to me, it's never a lack of nothing to talk about. So weekly is not an issue. And like Amy said, you have to be that leader by example. And if you want your team to eventually start hosting their own calls or doing their own thing, you can't constantly be logging into the team page and saying, I know that I put this on the calendar, but it just doesn't work for me. Because I know some of my coaches on my team, literally when I post my team calendar in our team page at the beginning of the month, they write it down on their calendars and they know when our team calls are. So I think maybe out of all these times, I might have rescheduled once just because the hecticness of moving or whatever. But you have to be that person that you eventually want your team to become. And like Amy said about the free groups, that is a big thing, or even not even just free groups. But if you have somebody that comes to you and wants to be in your challenge group that is saying, I just can't afford Shakeology right now, or I have this Body Beast or 21 Day Fix, do you mind if I just join? And let them, as long as they sign you as your free coach, let them, because I could not tell you how many customers have bought in challenge packs and have turned into coaches because they came into a challenge group, they actually seen other people drinking Shakeology other than myself and saw the value in Shakeology, and then they bought themselves a challenge pack. So don't discount anybody, ever. Be there. We are here to help people no matter what. Yes, challenge packs are great. They get us something. They're the best value for everyone. But if somebody honestly and truthfully cannot afford it, or they just are really pushing back but have a program, Carl Deichler, they made this position for us to help people, not to sell challenge packs to people. So if somebody needs help and they have a program and they're not getting help from where their coach, or they just never got in touch with their coach, help them. Because eventually they may become a coach, and they may be a rock star coach, and they may be just a person that loves Shakeology and orders Shakeology every month. So don't discount anybody, no matter what.
Hey, Jen, can I say, hey, you guys, you want to know something about me? I started, when P90X3 came out, and I couldn't afford a challenge pack. I could not afford the Shakeology, and my coach didn't give up on me. And now I'm her first diamond. I'll always be her first. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. And like Amy said, leading by example, and I will be the first. Tough love is always coming out of this mouth. So do not ask somebody to do something that you are not willing to do. Do not ask someone to post on social media and invite people if you can look down at your paper every single night and you did not invite 3 people that day, because it's not fair, and you're not going to get anywhere doing that, because you're going to be that boss instead of that leader. and people are going to turn away from you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's about the team call. So as it stands right now, I do have coaches under me, and so, but they're just basically, I think, just wanting to be a discount coach. I'm not sure if I think one of them kind of wants to maybe build a business, but just is not consistent with it. So should I be holding calls with them?
I don't want to say yes, because I don't want to, it's not something that I don't want to scare people and be like, you have to get on this call, you have to get on this call. Definitely you're doing the right thing with having them in the team page and getting them information that way.
Can I say something, Jen?
Yeah.
Do you know what you can start doing? Which Allison started doing it, and we kind of have decided we were going to do this. We've started setting office hours. So on the days that we don't have like team calls, like that we're actually like giving out information, or people are presenting, or we have someone that's coming on as like a guest speaker, on Sundays, those are my team calls. So every other Sunday I'm speaking and they're speaking, or the other ones are office hours, and it's for them to pop in and pop out, like, oh, I gotta get on and asking me a question or pick her brain about something. They know from 8 to 9 on Sundays I'm here. So maybe that's something, even if you do like, I'm available for 30 minutes on this day, hoping just, I don't know, that might be like an idea for you. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm open for ideas. It wasn't on my radar to even have a team call, because I know that the coach, like, one is really new, but she's actually on fire. Like, I can probably see one of them really doing something great. But for the most part, they just only, because they drink Shakeology and they want the discount for Shakeology. So I just listening to you talking about the team calls, I just wasn't sure that a team call was something that I should be doing. And if I should, then I will.
Even if it's something like as going as far as, because I know Dana, when she started growing her team, she would personally share the link to our team call, and not just like assuming that everybody's a discount coach, because you can just easily like share the link to the team call and say, hey, our coach Jen is, or Kristen is hosting this call tonight. It's nothing that you have to do, but if you just want to listen in, it'll definitely give you some insight on the business, or just something to give them kind of like that leadership role for yourself, like, hey, I know this and I want you to be able to be a part of this. Until you get to that point, because like I said, when I first did team calls, there was probably maybe 1 or 2 people, and it's not a fun thing, but I will never forget Melanie Mitro pounded it into my head in one of her videos where she said she got on a team call and there was nobody on there, and she did that team call like she was planning to do it anyways, recorded it and shared it with her team, and it was her talking to herself. And I mean, because at some point it's going to help. I mean, I use Katie as an example all the time. She didn't have a team, and she had a team page and was filling that team page with a ton of information for when she did have coaches in there. They had all this valuable information to come into. So, I mean, I didn't have a team at all, and I had a team page. I opened it and I had 2 or 3 people in there, and it was just because my coach wasn't very active in the business, so I wanted to break off from that and do my own thing. But I mean, our team page is great, but I want everybody, and I'm sure Kristen feels the same way, as I'm sure Amy probably feels the same way as about her coaches. If you are serious about your business, about your team, do not be afraid to branch off from me. I mean, we're all still a team, but don't be afraid to go open your team page. And I think Katie said it to me the other day, because I talk to her every day, and she said to me, I love you to pieces, but I'm building a business. I don't want to build a business in your shadow, and I didn't take any offense to that, because I want you guys, we all want everybody to come into this business and build a business. That's, like Amy said, we're not anybody's bosses. We're just here to lead you the right direction. So please don't ever think that I would ever get offended, anything like that's what that stuff is there for. And I just want to teach you guys that that's the way to do it.
And
So,
it's hard too.
What you're saying, oh, I'm sorry.
No,
So
go
what
ahead.
you're saying, Jen, is, and not that I'm ready to do it. I have made up in my mind that I'm ready to build a business now. So, and so like I told you before, I kind of like just take it all in, and then I just kind of execute it. Like, I guess you can see that on my post and things like that. But when you say to branch off, so you mean like to create your own name, like your Team Royal Dream, like you mean to create my own name and then build a team from that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, however you want to do it. I mean, yeah. I know we have
not that I want to, I'm just asking.
No, and honestly, like my coach Allison didn't have a team page or anything when I started coaching, and I did all of that before her, and I think I kind of like pushed her into doing it, but for her team, because I kind of was like leading that role. But yeah, I mean, because eventually at some point that you don't want to, our team page, even though it's not huge, sometimes can be overwhelming for people when they're coming in there and we're constantly making posts and this and that. So you can have a smaller team page of just kind of like a challenge group and just, you know, with your coaches, and they could feel free to just ask you things in there that they aren't so comfortable. And the one main reason that I did that was I was putting a lot of my new coaches in Nikki's big team page, and there's 500 plus people in there. And for me, that became overwhelming for myself. So I could only imagine how overwhelming that was for my new coaches. So that's why I opened up my own team page, and I slowly added things in there and added content in there for my coaches, because I didn't want them. And I didn't think that my coaches would feel as comfortable asking questions in Nikki's team page as they would personally asking in a smaller, more intimate group with just me and a couple other people. So I mean,
I was going to say to Hope, you could even do like something, not even like a office hours thing. You could do like just a planning call, and maybe someone would want to, you could ask someone that the one you were talking about that you think is really going to like take off with the business. You could ask her and be like, hey, would you want to get on and like plan this free group with me? I just need someone to bounce ideas off with. And she might catch the bug. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you have someone kind of, you know, so just a thought kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have another suggestion for team calls, because I did this when I started my team, and I just had a small team, is like pair up with other coaches who maybe have like similar goals with you or in the same spot, and do team calls together. Like maybe like 2 or 3 other coaches, or, you know, 1 or 2 that have like a team like you, and just have a couple people and set a day, and just, you know, everybody takes a week, and, you know, it can be an ongoing thing, or just a couple weeks just to get it under your belt and get comfortable doing them on your own.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Great idea.
For sure.
Or start out doing videos. I mean, if you're like, I know you said that you're like not comfortable with like public speaking, like maybe just start a team page and put some videos on there, and then start team calls.
You said put videos out there. That's the worst. I'm actually getting better with it. I really, 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 really am. I'm getting much better.
I created videos. My first day at coach camp, Nikki had us do a video, and I was like, you want me to do what? Like, yeah. I must have taken the video like 30 times, and now like I will post a video right on my public page. Like, I don't even watch it again. Like, I just record it and post it, and I don't even care.
Yeah.
You'll get better.
Yeah, the only time I do have like a challenge group, and I will post videos out there, but it's like 90% of the people out there, I know them. You know, like I can see them at Giant Eagle. I'm like, this is Hope, you know, whatever, you know. But like well, here's the thing, because here's another negative about me. I care about what people think about me. Like, I hate the haters, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that bugs me. And so I know what my objective is. I know that like my heart is to help people. It is really, truly about health. That's my main priority. It really, 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 and it comes off like that. But I hate the people who, you know, like I came on a team page and I talked about like the stuff that people say to me. I'm like, you know, it's just really offensive, and that bothers me. So that's why I'm like real. I shy away from like doing videos. I hate doing like putting myself out there. I'd rather it be somebody else, you know.
Yeah.
But
I think I said that, and I think Amy will agree with me. I said this on our last team call. The moment I stopped giving a shit, really, what anybody else thought about me, was the moment that things really changed in my business. And I just really don't care. I mean, there's days, obviously, when I post things, I'm like, somebody's going to have something smart to say, but it is what it is. I mean, I know, and you know in your heart what you're doing is right. So,
yeah.
And Hope, if someone comments on your video or your post and you don't like what they say, guess what you can do? Delete it.
Delete it.
See you later. You know what I learned from Beachbody? Bless and release.
yes.
Bless and release.
Yeah.
Yep, and you sometimes gotta get a thick skin, because I have to tell you, Hope, I'm just like, it will wear on me so bad what people think. I'm so scared of what people think and what they are thinking and what they have to say. But you know what? Now I'm like, that's me. Whatever.
She was dancing in the living room today. Like,
yeah, I posted a 4-minute video of me dancing to piano because it's my jam. I whatever.
I love it.
I missed that. I have to get one for that.
Go watch it. Yep. Yeah. Go watch that video.
Anyone else? Katie, you look like you have.
Yeah, I have a question. Before I say it real quick, Hope, I would never have thought that you would be afraid to like be in front of people and speak in front of people. One, because I know you do Zumba and you just don't seem like a shy person. But you posted a video not that long ago where somebody posted it and tagged you, and it was like you had a whole street shut down with tables set up in it, and you were like, there wasn't a lot of people there, but you, before the camera went to the people, I thought there was like a crowd of like 25 people, and you sounded so confident in what you were saying. You obviously know, you know what I mean? You're an expert at Zumba, and it really came across. So if you have that insecurity, people don't see it whenever you speak. So keep that in mind. But anyways, aside from that, so I just got my business builder coach maybe like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't done a team call, but what I've been doing with her every week is at the beginning of the week, touching base with her and talking about things that I think she needs to hear about, and then giving her a chance to ask questions and stuff. Does that suffice as a team call, or is it something that you guys think that I should start saying, the third Thursday of every month at this time, I'm going to have a call, and if nobody's on it, record it like Melanie Mitchell did. Obviously that didn't turn out bad for her. But I mean, is what I'm doing enough, or should I like have that more like regimented schedule? What do you guys think?
I was going to say to you, I don't know if you guys heard the team call or the National Wake Up Call. I forget who it was, where the 20-minute coach check-in each week. Did you guys hear that, where you talk for 20 minutes with your personally sponsored coaches? I will send it to you, Jen, what I do. We have a set time every week. They call me. We chat. It's about I think it's like the 3 people that they're talking to. And then that next week we revisit and see what's going on with that. Something that they struggled with last week. And then we talk about suggestions and how to fix it. And there's something else. I'll send it and you can post it, Jen. But that's what I've been doing. So, Katie, maybe that could be your team call, like doing that with her. But also maybe just be like, oh, and don't forget 21 Day Fix Extreme Size Challenge Packs this month. National Wake Up Call Monday with Scotty Hobbs. Yay, you're doing great. Recognition.
Okay.
So you could set that as like your team call time, like set it and say, hey, let's touch base whenever you want to have it, and keep it to like 20-30 minutes. Something maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because I think that's a good idea, because I was just thinking about, I have it on my to-do list to post in my team page that I am going to on Mondays or Fridays, and pick a day and just say, here's a list. Tell me when you want your half hour and let's get on the phone and chat and go over some things or whatever. Because Facebook Messenger is so nice, but we deal with it all day. It's nice to get on the phone or do a Zoom chat in the middle of the day. And so, yeah.
Okay. And Steph, I like that idea of teaming up with someone else that either is like where you're at or maybe only has one other person. Because it is odd to be like, hey, let's get on a call. And it's like me and you. Like,
Yeah, because then you just start to like
you put it out there like it's a thing. Yeah. So that's kind of why I've just made it more like impersonal, where I'm just like, I'm going to check in with you this time on Monday, or what time are you free or whatnot.
Well,
So,
and that's like, it's a nice thing too. Like,
all right, thanks.
Kristen and I do this, and it's like, here's Amy. Instead of making her do this twice, we have, and this is a key. It's a great night because Kristen does her team calls this night anyway. So, I mean, it's easy for us to get together. But yeah, I think that's a good idea to team up. But yeah, is everybody good? I don't want to keep anybody any longer. Anybody else? We're good? Okay. Well, this has been recorded. Amy, thank you so much for giving us your time. I truly appreciate you more than you know.
I hope y'all got something, because I don't know.
Honestly, yeah, it was great. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everybody here does. And thank you all for getting on. I did record it. Kristen, I don't know if she's still here, but I will share the recording with her so you guys have it. And I will post ours on our team page tomorrow. And Amy, I'll share it with you so you can share it with your team as well.
Cool. Thanks. It was so great to meet you all. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you guys for getting on.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
Amy.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Jen. Bye.
Bye, Jen. Oh, where's Rocco? I need to see Rocco. Don't you hang up.
Everybody can get off. I'll get her.
Come here, Amy, wants you. Rocco! Hi,
It's so funny.
boy.
He had to deal with Kira all day yesterday.
Oh, really? Hi, Rocco. Hi, buddy. Hi, handsome boy.
Ellington. Yay. His tail's going like crazy.
Oh, I love you. Oh, my God.
Ellington looks like he's going to fall asleep on us.
He's sleeping. Like, he's like mom.
I woke him up.
Yeah. Okay, you can go back to your slumber. Thank you so much, Aim. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, Kira.
Night-night.
Bye, Kira.
Bye, Kira.
Bye.
Bye.